All right, everybody. Welcome to Monday Afternoon Raw, live from London, England. We're on the road to WrestleMania, and we are awaiting for our Then, Now, Forever constellation to begin. So, as we begin to continue this road to WrestleMania, reports are coming in that this is the last time we'll see John Cena on Raw prior to WrestleMania 41. So we'll see. That remains to be seen if it is the case. And here we go. We are about to get our constellation intro from Mr. H. Welcome again to Marked by Wrestling as we encounter Monday Night Raw on the road to WrestleMania here. And we've also got a banging women's world title match tonight as well, with a special referee, Bianca Belair. So it's going to be exciting times today as we enjoy Raw together as it's now getting started. All right. Cena's been starting off the last few times he's been here. So let's see how it goes. London sounds hot already. Sophie Duffy, hey, how's it going? I see some of your questions. We're absolutely going to get into some of that in our commercial break times and check into that for sure. And man, I just don't know. We're on this road to WrestleMania. Sometimes I think it's been full of surprises so far. You know, there's been different takes on people's opinions of it, but here we go. We see Rhea Ripley having entered the building earlier today. Large pop for Rhea. And also we've got Io and Dakota having entered the arena as well earlier today. And Bianca is here already wearing a top to bottom ref's outfit. Never missing out on style, Bianca Belair for sure. And Logan Paul here in the house, getting a healthy amount of booze from the crowd walking around backstage. And both Usos are in the house as we've got Gunther versus Jimmy Uso. So here we go. We'll see what happens. And yeah, the world champion is here, Gunther. I don't know if you guys are following along with LFG. Justin, welcome to the chat, man. Good to see you. Gunther Gunther lit some fire on LFG last night. I saw it on Twitter, but yeah, he had some blunt things to say for both the coaches and the performers. It's quiet. Does that mean we're starting off with Cena? That's how they've done it before. Already, let's go Cena. Cena sucks chants, which I got to say, from my perception, that is a heel chant in its totality, because in the 2006, 2007 years, the Cena sucks were always a response to Let's Go Cena, you know? And it never ceases to amaze me, this sort of the John Cena sucks sing-along has already started. And yeah, here he is in his last time London shirt with I'm sorry, there's a picture of Cena on his t-shirt doing the salute, wearing the like London Royal, you know, Buckingham Palace guard hat. It's so goofy looking, considering how serious he's trying to take himself right now. It's very disorienting having those two things at once. It's a pretty cool towel though, with the Union Jack in the background and stuff, I got to admit. Just something interesting about Cena and Rock and like the legends who have like turned heel in the past couple of years, you know, they get that initial pop just because, hey, it's somebody I haven't seen in a long time. And then it slowly like drifts into, you know, the booing. Well, talk about the time is now, guys. I don't know about y'all, but it's put up or shut up time for Cena. We have seen the same old shtick from Cena for the past 2 weeks. And part of that, I think, is, you know, kind of the point of being heel for Cena and what he said he was going to do and not give us anything. But man, if this is the last time he's on Raw before he squares up in the ring with Cody at Mania in 3 weeks from now, I really hope they give us something, or else I'm probably going to be a harsh critic on this segment. Let's see what happens, though. I love to be pleasantly proven wrong by professional wrestling. So let's see what happens. He takes the ring. Lots of boos. The crowd is like competing with themselves on what critical chant to levy at him. So it's all a bunch of noise. A lot of different cadences of Cena sucks, basically. Okay. Well, we're not getting a Cena promo at all because Cody's, or at least not a solo one. Cody's coming out already. And the crowd pop loud for wrestling has more than one royal family. So let's get it going. In my soul, London loves Cody Rhodes. Cody in a pinstripe suit looking like a villain from Dick Tracy. That's an old reference. Here we go, man. All right, checking in the chat. A&B Combos. Hey, welcome. Here we are. So I don't feel so bad now. I just made a Dick Tracy reference. Hopefully somebody got it now. Dossie, welcome, man. Welcome to the chat. Justin, again, good to see you, dude. Sophie, I want to get to your questions. I think once things die down a little bit, because there's plenty to talk about with Avengers Doomsday, with the WWE Match Hall of Fame wing, and plenty of other interesting things going on. Gunther has two different title reign resumes. He has the house show resume and the TV resume, and they are quite different. Cody always be hugging kids, man. You know, I don't mind that at all. I really like it. It's a refreshing throwback to the Hogan and Bret Hart and Randy Savage and just a little bit of early HBK too, like really engaging with the young fans and the audience. And like older fans like us sometimes can be a little cynical about that, but you got to recognize that like to a 7 or 8 year old kid, man, like that is a watershed moment in their development. Like that is going to be something they remember well into their 20s and 30s. Like, oh man, Cody Rhodes gave me a hug one time. It was the coolest thing ever. I remember the first house show I ever went to as a kid. My brothers and me and my brother, one of his friends, we all went. It was an old WWF house show, and the main event was the Ultimate Warrior versus Andre the Giant, and they ran down to the aisleway to try to touch the Ultimate Warrior as he came back, and it's still burned in my brain. This is kind of gross. I'm sorry. They came back. One of them did touch him, and he was the smelliest dude I'd ever smelled in my life up until that point. Just the sweat, whatever was going on. Warrior also squashed Andre the Giant in like 45 seconds. I was too young to realize that Andre was in pain, and that was probably for the best. But nevertheless, that's a story time with Marked by Wrestling as we're waiting for Cody to actually start talking. So there we go. Oh, well, A&B told me they were selling their tickets, but I do not have the budget for one, let alone two Mania tickets in 2025. Last Mania I went to was WrestleMania 24 in Orlando. Edge and Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. And it was a whole different economy back then. Crowd, listen closely, everybody. Make sure your volume is up. This is not indicative of a mid champion. This crowd has been singing the praises of Cody Rhodes literally for the past 3 to 4 weeks in their European tour. And Cody's still hot as ever going into Mania. He's just a little old-fashioned, and that's okay. But then again, I know I'm biased. Here we go. Oh, okay. Cody said, let me do your job for you. They're going meta with this. Cody's basically daring Cena to cook him. Yeah, Cody's doing self-owning already, talking about his lisp, talking about Stardust. And Cena's just not talking. Dawsey, I'm going to miss those singing chants too when we, I'm going to miss the singing chants when they go back to the States. They've grown on me. A lot of passion in these crowds. Cody making fun of his own tattoo. Sophie, I really haven't heard anybody complain about the singing chants. Where do you hear that? Like, I actually, I don't like. Let me say this: I don't like any chant that takes over the show to the point where we kind of have to just sit and wait for the next thing to happen. But the singing chants by themselves, I think, are great. Usually, the European crowds pick their moments really well when to implement them. More Cena sucks chants in the dual nature. Cody said Cena's been lying for the past 2 weeks.
So take the opportunity. You don't have to look at me. Look at them and tell them John Cena really why.
Cody is insinuating that Cena has not actually given the real why to the fans. Why he's sold his soul, I suppose. Because he says he actually really does care about the fans. Cena looks like he's thinking it over, but I don't buy it. Cena's super soft spoken. He sounded like he said he wasn't going to reduce himself.
Just like I buried everyone else. They've been saying for years that John Cena buries talent.
Oh, John's embracing the burial identity. He don't bury talent. He is talent. Ooh.
That's right. Cody Rhodes, your champion, is nothing more than my chauffeur. A slimy pickpocket who thinks just because he stole the blueprint he can run the kingdom. There's your why, Cody Rhodes. Because you, with that, disgusts me. You sat by my side for years and stole every secret you need to be undeniable.
Hmm.
I tried to drill it into your egotistical skull.
Well, I have an idea, but I'm going to wait till the end of this promo.
You didn't listen, and it shows. You're too perfect. You're too polished. You're too rehearsed. You rely on lazy gimmicks like them singing your name over and over again to get by.
Cena's been doing a great job of baiting the crowd into doing chants, but to serve his own purposes.
Actually, you are just like the Pied Piper because all you've ever done is find a way to make a catchy tune trick these people into loving mediocrity.
This is amazing. This
Strip away his music and entrance.
the promo is fine. John Cena is doing to Cody Rhodes what Daniel Bryan did to Kofi Kingston. He's accusing him of all the things he was guilty of 10 years ago.
So what do we get instead? Cody gives us a generic mix of every superstar he's ever loved or TV show he's ever watched in some big confused blob. And it makes you look like a 16-year-old kid taking acting lessons who's still afraid of public speaking. You have shown me one thing, and the one thing you have shown me is someone mediocre wearing something meaningful nowadays is enough to trick these people.
Yeah. Cena's riding the Cody is mid train.
He's simple of mastery to have it paraded around by a paint-by-numbers, sociopathic nepo baby who is so into himself he had his wrestling gimmick tattooed for the world to see. It's not where your tattoo's at, Cody. It's what your tattoo is that exposes you to the world for who you are, a common fan like them. So after WrestleMania, great for you. Go straight to Fanatics, buy the toy belt that they buy, call yourself their champion, because the last real champion is taking that home forever and exposing you for who you are. A boy that got lucky.
These fans are so fickle. Like, all they wanted was for Cena to cut a promo. All they wanted him to do was just cut an edgy promo. They don't care whether he wins or loses, and now they're chanting for Cena. It's so ridiculous.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I was chosen. But you know who chose me? They chose me. Can you say the same, John Cena? Or was it one guy in an office who chose you who's not here anymore and we don't talk about?
Oh, okay. Cody basically said the fans chose me, but Vince chose you.
I don't know who the hell knows who they are. I know this. I'm Cody Rhodes. I'm a wrestler like my father before me. And if anybody is a company creation, it's you, John Cena, and not me.
Cody's not backing down.
Everyone's so terrified of you on the mic. I'm not, because I know you've got more dick in that promo than you do in your joint.
Whoa! Oh! I cannot repeat that. I cannot repeat that. Watch it yourself. Wow.
And what a softball. Thank you, John. What a softball you throw me by saying you created all of this. You created me. Here's what you created, pal. You created a lot of disenfranchised fans who made it easy for me to pack up and go elsewhere and say, hey, look at me. Don't act like you cleaned up your room before you left and went to Hollywood, John. Don't act like you left WWE better than you found it. And while we're at it,
Dang. He's like, you were so good at your job, John, I had to go make AEW. Oh, which that's finally somebody said The Rock. Finally, somebody has mentioned The Rock. Listen, I mean this in the most respectful way possible. Cody is no Roman. He is holding his own in this promo and then some. Huh. Cody still tells Johnny still his hero. Oh! Okay. Well, Cody's not mincing words. Okay. Cody has just got London chanting piece of sh.
Everyone knows every time I step on this canvas, it is a challenge to every arena or every superstar dumb enough to walk down that ramp to take their strongest swing to see if they are worthy to put me in the ground. No one has been worthy, so I decided to just do it myself. That's why, Cody, I have never left. I have always been here because no matter how high the hill is to climb, no matter what garbage they give me, I find a way to make it great. You had to leave. You had to leave because you realized that you're best who can't wipe my ass. I made empires
Wow.
for billionaires. All you've ever done is steal money from their kids.
Wow. Cena said, I built empires for billionaires. All you did was steal money from their kids. Who's got the last word? Oh, we're going to 2005. Okay. Cody said, nobody ever chanted at me, you can't wrestle. Got him. Y'all, Cena's story. Uh-oh, Cena's back in the ring. Mics are dropped. We're waiting for an interruption here. Come on. What's going to happen? Nope, Cena's going to back down. True heel move, by the way. True heel move. Oh, took a swing. We're going to get a crossroads. Oh, physicality. We have physicality, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Rhodes hits a crossroads on Cena in the middle of the ring and tucks his tie back into his suit. Oh, man, and blows off the pistol and points it at WrestleMania. Y'all, that's the best we've gotten from John since he got back. And, oh, he's taking Cena's hat, just tossing it on his body. Well, I loved that segment. We had man to man. That was Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in the diner in Heat. Both of them took their shots, and neither one of them backed down. Cody did not fold. He stood. He stood there like a man. He took Cena's shots, and he delivered his own some body blows in that promo. So, oh man, that's got me thinking about WrestleMania and what's going to happen. We've got a 3-man booth today. Barrett is here with Cole and McAfee. But yeah, definitely interested in you guys like kind of total thoughts about that promo as they're teasing the rest of the show today. But yeah, I mean, underneath all the heel turn and everything, it definitely feels like Cena's presence in 2025, his MO, his vision for this year, his what do you call it? His mission statement for retiring in WWE is to find a worthy successor. And it could be as early as him recognizing Cody, but we'll see what happens. All right, we're getting a video package now on the women's title match that is tonight. Let's scroll through some things I might have missed. Yeah, so we're going back to America after this. So London is definitely giving us our money's worth tonight. God bless them. They're great. Sophie Dophie, first one in the chat, by the way. Thank you, Sophie, for being here. Did you hear WWE is going to host a major I'm going to say PLE in India in 2026 or 2027? I did hear that they wanted to have the phrasing I read was a major event, which obviously our mind would go to PLE first. I mean, listen, if India can bring it like the rest of Europe has, let's bring it. I just don't want them to cater their booking to whatever country they're going to. You know what I mean? They did that with Jinder Mahal a few years ago, gave him that title run that nobody was really interested in, and it didn't even do a lot for their ticket sales in India, if I remember correctly. So if they just bring the product as it is to India, I would love to see who they, as a country, those fans react to. That's one of the most fun things to me when they go to different countries is seeing who's over in different countries, which we know he's no longer with the company now. But before they started doing these shows in France, Baron Corbin was super over in France, which blew my mind. So, yeah, I'm just really curious to see where we go with that. But I'm excited to see what's coming. And also the Royal Rumble next year is in Saudi Arabia. So, we've got all kinds of interesting things on the horizon for international shows in WWE. So, yeah, we've got that women's world title match tonight. Bianca Belair as our special referee. Yeah, and New Day is here in London. So we'll go here. Sophie, while the New Day makes their entrance, what are your thoughts on WWE inducting Mania matches into the Hall of Fame? I didn't know it was WrestleMania specific. I just thought it was good matches. But either way, I'm a fan of that. So apparently, the UFC, that's something the UFC does, is they have a Hall of Fame for certain fights. And you've got, over 40 years of WrestleMania at this point. There's bound to be few in there. I hope they don't feel pressured to have to choose a match. I think they should only choose one match a year so they can space it out for a while. And it's a Cornette Hall of Fame sign in the crowd. I hope they don't feel the pressure to start, no disrespect to a great and talented performer from the Hogan era, but that they don't feel the pressure to start putting, the Coco Bewares of wrestling matches in the Hall of Fame. They have plenty of time to space that out and see where we go with that. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see them doing that. By the way, if you're just joining us, welcome to Marked by Wrestling. Speaking of mission statements, our purpose here for the channel is just recognizing that being a mark means you believe, and believing makes wrestling better. Respect each other, share your thoughts. Feel free to share your thoughts throughout the show, and let's have a great time. If you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And also, if you want to donate, as we are working our way up to super chatting, the journey continues, and we are still on our way towards it. And but in the meantime, feel free to donate at either of those places through Cash App or Venmo if you want to have a homemade super chat, if you will. And I'll be glad if you notify me to read that on the screen as I'm making my way through the various chat messages that we get throughout the show. So, yeah, you mentioned some of y'all mentioned Avengers Doomsday, which is wild. They're going all out for that. It really seems like they're I don't know what they're going to do, but the thought that I had is like, are they really trying to just fully take the lesson from Deadpool and Wolverine and kind of give the Fox universe a proper send off, because they seem to be bringing back a lot of Fox actors and characters. So, and apparently they're not done yet either. So I'm very excited. And this is just Doomsday, which is the first half of the 2 upcoming Avengers films. We're going to have Secret Wars after that as well. So I'm very curious how that will all shake out. There's a Real American Beer commercial on. Who cares? I'm going to go from there. So let me just hit catching up here. Yeah, that Vince reference was just dope. A and B combos. This is verbal Fraser Ali. Could not agree more about that segment. It delivered on it, honestly, even in little doses, delivered on every criticism that I'd heard. We got a mention of The Rock, even if it was in a kind of side-eye insult from Cody. We got physicality at the end of the promo, and Cena finally unleashed on Cody, and I'm just so impressed and encouraged that Cody didn't flub a line in that promo. He met Cena's promo with just as much fire as Cena brought, and he did not look outmatched at all. And I know part of that is by design, but before Roman became the tribal chief, his protection was also by design, and he had a bad night when he was promoting Cena. And Cody did not repeat the same mistakes here tonight. They were both pitch perfect in how they battled with each other. So I was very happy to see that. So, yeah. All right. 3 Diglets, our beloved 3 Diglets. Yeah, Cena ate him up. So you're pro Cena. I don't know when in the promo you left this. Just to give Diglets credit, GLOL, Cody got him. Yeah, see, listen, it was blow for blow. It was a great back and forth promo. Both of them, other than Cena taking the crossroads, both of them came out of there looking strong. Also, hello, Rickardy. Glad you're in here, man. Thank you for being here. Justin Allen Crane says, great opening. Couldn't agree more. Sophie, too bad that'll be the last time for Cena on WWE TV. At least Raw. I don't know if he's going to make any SmackDown appearances or not. But yeah, I mean, listen, if that is his last TV appearance before Mania, what a way to go. Although, gosh, man, we still have 3 weeks, though. I mean, surely they can get him on a screen somewhere between that. So Civil War, baby. This is like Captain America and Iron Man. I mean, really, it's quite wild for sure. Dossie Chatham said, finally, I've been saying something's missing in this feud. I think that might have been it. I totally feel you on that for sure. Rickardy, just speaking the soul of Mark by Wrestling right now. We need Demolition in the Hall of Fame. Yes, we do. And if we're going to be, Adam Pierce out here to say something to New Day. Let's see what he's got to say. He said, you got to earn it. Tyler Bate is back. Okay. Tyler Bate is in the house. New Day is taking on New Cats Republic. Little local hometown pop for Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. If they give them some time, Tyler Bate with the big strong boys jacket. All right. If they give them a few minutes to work here, this will be fun. Oh, gosh. Oh, so there's Gender Love in the chat. Oh, man. You know what? I think Gender was unjustly hated to the degree that he was. I still wasn't a fan of him, but, he was effective as a heel. I just think about Gender, and I think about the fact that, keeping the belt on him robbed us of Nakamura being WWE champion. That's what I think of a lot. And, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know that I'm necessarily saying Gender never. I don't know. I don't know if he ever should have been WWE champion or not. But when he got there, he didn't do anything that other heel champions haven't done. And I mean that as a positive to Gender. there was nothing about him that was grossly bad as a heel. Like he had two henchmen with him that were always getting in the way to help him retain the title. And like, that's what heels do. So yeah, some of the hate that I saw thrown his way, even if he wasn't my preferred decision, felt like a little like overkill. So yeah, I guess I kind of waffle a little bit. I'm in the middle on that. Sophie W, I wonder how many Undertaker matches we'll get in the Hall of Fame. I'm sure both Shawn Michaels ones will eventually get there. Probably the Triple H Hell in the Cell one. From there, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yep, Heath Slater is our only non-3MB only 3MB member who has not been WWE champion. But never say never. Who knows? All right. Yep. So so we'll see, what we get from Cena between now and Mania, if we get anything. Obviously, we're going to have more Cena throughout the year still, according to what he announced when he announced this retirement tour. So let's see. All right, New Day and New Catch Republic in the ring. Who do you guys have for this one? Do you have New Day or the hometown boys, New Catch Republic? Tyler Bate blowing a kiss to Kofi, trying to bait him in the ring. No pun intended. Here comes Mr. Bate. Oh, somersault launch out of the ring. Okay, and we have our typical dive to the outside, go to commercial break spot. All right. Our boy 3 Diglett says New Catch Republic for the W. We got Sophie Dophie. What happened to that Pete Dunne Ludwig Kaiser team they've been teasing? Good question. This is sad. I barely even remember that. I mean, Dunne has bounced around a little bit. Pete Dunne's going to go wrestle for Josh Barnett soon too. WWE has loaned out some of their talent for his Bloodsport event, which is kind of cool. So I don't even recall this. I don't remember, but Justin Hallencrane says New Catch Republic with Barrett help. Now, listen, that sounds like it would be just a London thing only, but I'm highly interested, now that you've said that, Justin, in a New Catch Republic with Barrett as a mouthpiece. I wouldn't call it a faction. I call it a tag team with a manager, but like, I'm into that. I'm still kind of feeling New Day. I mean, like, I know that like they had this monumental heel turn, the New Day did. And I thought I had seen where they wanted to challenge the War Raiders for the tag titles at Mania, but I mean, it's just fallen flat. It seems like there's just been more compelling acts on Raw that have snatched their TV time away like a chain. And so I don't know what's up with the New Day. I mean, that's the hard thing about being a really reliable talent and being around all the time, is that nobody can ever miss you. So they kind of get used to you being there. And New Day can be like that sometimes. They've been around for so long. So for the question, do you think The Rock will show up to help with the build between Cena and Cody? I mean, I joked in the SmackDown chat last week, and also I believe A&B Combo's Wrestling Edition podcast will be coming out this week. Usually they drop on Tuesdays, so maybe tomorrow, but I don't know that for sure. A&B, if you're here and you can confirm that for us when the podcast will come out. I have casually joked that The Rock went out for a pack of cigarettes and decided not to come back, and that's why we have Cena carrying these promos right now. But I mean, the whole, for everything Cody and Cena say to each other, at the end of the day, and Cody brought this up at the end of the promo, only one of us sold out to The Rock, like the bedrock, no pun intended, of this feud started with The Rock making that offer to Cody and Cody rejecting it and Cena stepping in a spot. So like, Rock is going to have to show up at some point, and it's going to have to be before the actual match. Like they did the WrestleMania kickoff show, back when they started building towards the two main events last year. and with that whole display of the bloodline tree, you know, on the screen and all that stuff. And so, like, maybe that's the thing. Maybe Rock and Cena are both really sparsely available right now, and they're just not appearing together. And maybe The Rock will carry the rest of the way. I don't know. But Rock needs to, if he's going to be the final boss, like, then you need to be here. Like, I mean, you don't have to be here every week, you know, but like, it's freaking WrestleMania season. We're not asking you to show up in September. You know, it's the Super Bowl season of WWE. Like, this is when you should be showing up. I mean, or go on Pat McAfee's show or something again. You know, like, build it somehow so we know what's going on. So I get frustrated with The Rock pretty easily because whenever he comes on screen, and I'm not saying he's the one who does it, you know, but like he always ends up in the A story in the highest profile manner, but then that puts the brakes on that story whenever he's not there. So like, I don't mind Rock. Rock has the star power to be in the A story at all times. But at the same time, if you're going to be in the A story, you need to be present like an A story actor or A story performer. A stories are not for people who can't show up all the time. That's how I feel about that. So, good point, Sophie. Well, now you say John didn't answer the question why he sold his soul. That is true, although he did say basically the reason he didn't mention selling his soul, but he did say he did what he did, which made me believe he turned on Cody because he was bitter about the fact that Cody had basically, you know, stolen all of his ideas and become champion with it when Cena had, you know, worked for it all. A lot of finger quotes and all that. But yeah. A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Rock needs to show up. He was the catalyst for this whole thing. If he doesn't show up and has no interaction at all, that's going to be really going to be upsetting. Absolutely. If we have not seen Rock and we're doing the WrestleMania watch-alongs together and there's no Rock, talk about, I mean, our brother A has given us the best of Bernie Mac since he went on to be at peace. But in that spirit, if there ain't going to be furniture moving at that point, I don't know when there isn't going to be. Surely he's got some semblance of a plan. I think of talking about Avengers. I think about Star-Lord. Like, I have 12% of a plan. I mean, hopefully he's got something. Meanwhile, Pete Dunne trying to break the fingers off of Xavier Woods was caught by Kofi with the SOS. Just a log SOS in the pantheon of cool moves that never pin anybody, like the Blue Thunder Bomb, although that has happened once or twice. Or what was Corbin's? The Deep Six. Great looking move, too, that never pinned anybody. All right. Let's see. Three Diggles said that's telling of how they really feel about the WWE product, if you ask me. Are we sorry, Diggles? Are we talking about Rock's appearance or just the nature of the promo? I'm curious what you feel about that. Let's see. Yeah, like Sophie saying, I'm not showing that. The chances of Rock and Roman being slim, absolutely. You know, and for the longest time, I was thinking, oh, it's because Rock only has so much time left, and we can't keep burning Manias without having that match. But also, I haven't stopped to think about this until recently. I wonder how much time Roman has left. Now, Roman's in great shape, and it's not a physical thing, but I wonder with his part-time-ish status now, how much New Day picks up the win today against New Catch Republic. And dang, Xavier blowing snot rockets. Shout out to he who must not be named. But, yeah, I mean, there's a chance Roman may not be incentivized to come back to full time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Okay. Yeah. You were talking about Rock barely showing up, Digless. I'm actually going to go back to your other comment. So Rock barely showing up. I actually like real quick New Day's finisher there. It was like a coup de grace version of Demolition's old finisher, the decapitation, but instead of an elbow drop, it was a coup de grace foot stomp. It was pretty cool. That's telling of how they really feel about the WWE product. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to take that, but here comes Kathy Kelly to interview New Day. Let's see what they say first. Demanding a title shot. Well, call on the War Raiders and they'll answer. War Raiders are making their way out now that they've thrown down the challenge. Yeah, Diglett's. On one hand, you could look at the WWE not putting Rock on TV very often, but at the same time, if I'm being optimistic, if I'm choosing to be optimistic, I wonder as well. Stare down between the New Day and War Raiders here. If they are sitting there looking at their roster and being like, we have enough talent to get by without Rock being there every week. And to a degree, they're correct. But at the same time, don't tell us Rock is an integral part of this story if he's not going to be present for it. I would honestly, after this Mania, or if we actually get Rock and Roman at some point, once that's done, I would prefer Rock to be like Jack Tunney back in the day. He can still be the board guy, and he can show up as a babyface to just change the lineup of something if someone is being treated unjustly, or to make an announcement. All the babyface things he wants to do. And we don't have to worry about, he can still call himself the final boss if you want, but he doesn't have to be the Mr. McMahon style heel authority figure, because heel authority figures have to have much more presence on TV than what he's got. He's showing up with the repetition of a babyface story, authority figure. So I would prefer that, but yeah, that's just what I think. All right. We're visiting last week, the Gunther and Jay saga continuing, and Jay slips and gets caught by Gunther. I love that they've incorporated the imperfect wrestling style of Jay Uso as a storytelling point. And then Jimmy starts to fire him up, saying, we need the right-hand man, dog. The stare down, sponsored by Rouse Pizzas. Yeah, Sophie, I don't know that they're building towards Roman and Jacob Fatu. Jacob has got his eyes on the U.S. title now, so I think LA Knight might need to watch his back. Yeah. All right, hold on. We got to watch this slap. Oh, man. One, Jimmy really laid that in there, and two, I'm so glad they did that in a confined hallway, because the acoustics on that slap made it sound 100 times louder. Just chef's kiss. And kudos to Gunther for taking that slap like a man, because dang, ouch. I'd have cried probably. I'm weak. Dawsey, so, I'm not sure. Yes, smack the like button like Jimmy Uso smacked Gunther. Jimmy and Jay talking. Oh my gosh. Dude, no. This is so Rocky IV. I've said it ever since they announced Jimmy and Gunther that he's going to get Apollo Creeded in that ring, and he just dropped a Rocky IV line. He's like, that's not the ring general. He's just a man. He's just a man. Jay is worried. Jay is legit worried for Jimmy. I think we're in for a treat tonight. And for any of you who are really looking forward to Jimmy wrestling at WrestleMania, I'm afraid I have some bad news. I think Gunther is. This might be uncomfortable. We'll see what happens. I'm curious to where they go with it, but I think Jimmy is going to sacrifice himself on the altar of the ring general to get Jay as fired up as he needs to be for Mania. But we will see what happens from here. Dossie, so you're referring to War Raiders and New Day. Is this the WrestleMania Raw Tag Team Championship match? I think it is, but also, like, if it's going to be on WrestleMania, I feel like it needs a little bit more than what's happening. You know what I mean? Because right now, if it was any other time of the year, New Day just coming out and challenging for those titles, probably getting a title match too. I do think that matchup needs to happen. But if it was any other time of the year, I don't think it would make the PLE. I feel like it would be on the Raw the week of. You know what I mean? So I do hope for all their sakes that they get on the card. But I don't know if this is so weird. We're so spoiled, or I'm so spoiled as a fan, that I see just a straight up tag team match for the tag titles and be like, you know what? It needs a little something extra. But honestly, kind of does. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's see. Justin Hallencrane, how red do you think Jimmy's chest going to be? Well, it's a good thing he's wearing a red shirt. I'll say that, because you ain't going to be able to tell the difference once he's done, I don't think. I think it's going to be nasty. A&B Combos, my brother and sister from another mister. I don't know. Does that work? That rhymes at least? I don't know. All right. It looks like we're about to get that Rocky IV don't throw in the towel moment with Gunther and Jimmy. Oh, man. Yeah. Because, I mean, I've been making Apollo Creed jokes, but I didn't even think about the possibility of, like, Jay wanting to save Jimmy and Jimmy being like, don't do it. Whew. I might get a little emotional if that happens, y'all. I'm telling you, man, just they brothers, they've been through so much. We can tell, I mean, this is not a controversial thing to say, but we can tell them apart now. Like, they have two pretty distinct identities and yet are still very much brothers. Like, these guys have come so far, and I do not feel good about Jimmy's chances at anything with Gunther tonight. So it's going to be wild. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's see what else we got. Sophie, a few comments here. We're never getting a payoff to the story of Xavier and Kofi turning on Big E. You know, I think the nice thing about that is with Big E always being around, you know, working for the company and stuff, they could choose to have him insert himself in their story at any point he wants to. And honestly, WrestleMania may not be a bad moment to do it, to like cost them the tag titles. But I'd rather see them win the tag titles, and he could get involved to help them lose them down the road. But I do want to see that. It says Hall of Fame, and they're showing the Triple H Cactus Jack match from Royal Rumble 2000. Are they just putting over Triple H because he's getting inducted, or are they inducting another match into the Hall of Fame already? Because it was Bret Hart and Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13 was the match I saw was inducted. Are they inducting multiple matches in 1 year? That's not a good idea. I don't like that at all. Unless this is just to highlight Triple H since he's the headliner. It's a great match. Don't get me wrong. Like, if they were to go one match at a time, this is definitely in the list. It totally should go in there. But I just don't want them putting in more than one match a year. Keep it special. Oh, man, those thumbtacks. That was brutal. The pedigree on the thumbtacks and all that stuff. And imagine this. Didn't have to worry about a 2x4 full of nails. Look at how nasty that was, and look at how much safer it is compared to what some other hardcore death matches are doing nowadays. Like, too much isn't necessary. That's all I'm saying. Oh, the cool thing, too, I actually like about them inducting matches, though, into the Hall of Fame is that I saw that with the Brett and Austin match. Both Brett and Steve will be there at the Hall of Fame. Okay, yeah. So it's just that match, just that one match. So we've got Triple H, Michelle McCool, Lex Luger, Natural Disasters. They're calling it the WWE Immortal Moment. That's kind of cool. I like that. An immortal moment. Although, if that's what you're calling it, you're going to have a high criteria. Like this match right here, dog. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man Randy Savage. Although I don't know who you... Well, no, Steamboat is still with us. He could be there for it. But yeah, man, it's going to be wild. Yes, they don't make them like Triple H and Cactus Jack anymore. Bang, bang! I was live one time. Oh, some Netflix stars are here. Glow. Did any of y'all ever watch Glow? I didn't watch Glow. Although I like Allison Brie. She was on Community and she was on Glow for a while. And Charlie Brooker from, I guess he's in a new... Oh, no, that's not... No, they had the wrong title card. That's a UFC fighter. They said that was a guy from Black Mirror, but I guess not. I guess he's a UFC fighter. Oh, that's the dude from Black Mirror. Okay, cool. But I saw Cactus Jack one time when he was in WCW, when he debuted on WCW television in '91 and attacked Sting. It was pretty wild. Louis Capaldi's here again. Oh, he made it back from the bar. You know what? He looks a little sad that Drew didn't make it out with him. That's a shame. I heard that he was at the bar saying the day bleeds into nightfall and you're not here to help me through it all. Okay. Bianca's getting coached up on being a ref. Okay. So she's getting so her gear, it's her Bianca gear in ref style. So let's see. All right. It's Gunther versus Jimmy time, you guys. All right. What do we have? Who do you have for Gunther versus Jimmy Uso? Jimmy already in the ring. Man, he even got his entrance during the commercial break, guys. Dang. Yeah. Don't let him see you bleed, Jimmy. I love Gunther's presentation. It's so clean, you know, just black and white. Yeah. Even like the pillars and stuff. It's like, yeah. Man, he looks agitated, though. Oof. Yeah, this ain't going to be good. Yeah, Roman Reigns this year will surpass the record for WrestleMania main events. Not surprised that happened at all. I mean, that was going to be in the works for a while with as much they've been behind Roman. So, and I'm not mad at it either. Roman's a great dude. You know, great face for the company. Jay and Gunther, man. Yeah. All right. So Gunther and Jimmy tonight, leave the comments. Who do you like? Who do you got? And if you want to get creative with your finish, feel free to let me know. All right. Bell rings. Let's see how long this lasts. Stare down. Gunther already just kind of laughing. Not taking Jimmy seriously at all. Jimmy looks like he's ready to do something. Jimmy's all focus. And Gunther is not worried. Jimmy taking the chops to Gunther. Oh, man. Gunther with a big boot to the face. That ends that offensive flurry. Justin's calling for Gunther by referee stoppage. I think that's a creative and potentially accurate finish for sure. Man, oh, man. So we'll see what we got here. Sophie Duffy also calling for Gunther. We'll go from there. Yeah, I agree, Sophie. You know, the European tour has been a little disruptive in regards to finding ways to watch the show and to get everybody in the same place. You know, it's been really hard. I've enjoyed the crowds. I wish we could get that energy in America like we have in Europe. Is Gunther's got Jimmy outside? He might be going for a power bomb, reversed into a backdrop outside. But yeah, so next week, Raw is back at its regular time on Netflix, and all show times will be back to normal. Speaking of show times, don't forget to come back and join me tomorrow for NXT. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that as we are moving forward towards Stand and Deliver, which will be a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, Tyrell Breed, Black Panther Gaming, welcome to the chat, man. I don't think I've seen you in here yet today, but you're calling for Gunther by a DQ. All right, respect that. As Gunther's reversed a splash off the top by getting the knees up. Now he's going up top. Gunther said, let me show you how to do a splash in my country. But Jimmy stops him, got him seated on the top turnbuckle. Could we get a superplex or something coming out of here? Interesting camera angle here. Oh, man. Solid superplex by Jimmy. Crowd gives a polite smattering of applause for it. Jimmy off the top with a splash. Uso splash by Jimmy. 1, 2. Kick out. Not enough to put away the ring general. My man Diglett's calling for Gunther with the clean dub. Justin offering prayers for Jimmy Uso. I know, man. It's okay. Yeah, Jimmy jumping off the steps outside, gets caught and literally chopped down out of the air. Back suplex dropped right onto the apron. They have redesigned the announce table for Raw. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the Diglett's, no, this is not pre-recorded. This is live. This is currently live. The SmackDowns were pre-recorded because USA Network couldn't show them in real time. But Raw itself on Netflix is all happening at the same time globally. Lil Fettuccine, hey, man, welcome to the chat. What has happened so far? There was an excellent promo between Cody and John Cena. That's probably it's the best one they've had so far. They really finally got at each other a little bit. There was also some physicality. They mentioned The Rock. I mean, it was a lot of addressing a lot of the criticisms that they've gotten in the weeks prior. Also, other than that, New Day won a tag match against a returning Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, and currently we've got Gunther and Jimmy Uso. But other than that, not a ton has happened other than those three things, if I'm remembering correctly. So, yeah. SmackDown has been the tape shows on the European tour, but with Raw being on Netflix, they can pretty much go live whenever they want to. So that's what they've been doing. And so, if any of you got here late and did not see the Cody Rhodes John Cena promo, go back and watch it. It's worth a rewatch. Just a great back and forth. It was just a straight up back and forth promo. Cena didn't even get a second in to cut a solo promo before Cody came out, and they just went right at it. My impression from that exchange, it reminded me very much of 2019 when Daniel Bryan was cutting promos on Kofi Kingston, basically accusing Kofi of all the things that the Authority accused him of in 2013, 2014. All is so much projection going on that Cena is trying to put on Cody of all the criticisms that Cena himself got when he was younger in the business. So I actually really appreciate them revisiting that sort of the villain is just projecting his own insecurities onto the new hero. And Cody, God bless Cody Rhodes, man. He stood up there, said it with his chest, 10 toes down, did not back down in that promo at all, didn't shrivel up, didn't wither away. He looked like he belonged in there with John, which is really the most of what I can ask for, that he looks ready to move on after Cena eventually does move on. Fettuccine, there is not a full match card yet. They're still fleshing it out. I'd say there is enough of a card finalized right now to have 2 or 3 matches on each night so far, but there's still more to come. So, the title matches are all squared away. We have a triple threat with, Punk and Seth and Roman. I guess by the end of this show, we will know the fate of the women's world title and what that's going to look like at Mania. We know Bianca is going to be in that match regardless. But will it be versus Io versus Rhea, or will there end up somehow being a triple threat there as well? But we're back, and Jimmy is getting hyped up, but he just gets drop kicked right out of his face there. And Gunther taking advantage, going for a power bomb, smack, just power bombs him nice and easy. 2 count. Whoever said he was going to win by referee stoppage or by DQ. He picks Jimmy up after 2. I don't like where this is going. Gunther is talking trash to Jimmy while he's still laying down there. So he says, with it being WrestleMania, we should have more than 6 matches with it only being 2 nights. I agree. And I think they'll do that because I think they did that last year too. I think even though they were doing 2, Gunther's bringing the pain, guys. Throw in the towel. Throw in the dang towel. AJ, where are you? Throw in the towel, man. Gunther will not allow a 3 count to happen. He keeps pulling Jimmy up. Crowd chanting yeet, but I think that only works for Jay. I don't think it brings Jimmy back to life. Anyway, Sophie, to your point, I'm pretty sure WrestleMania last year as well did more than the 5 matches per night, even though every other show that year had a shorter match card. It seems like they're leaving WrestleMania the exception there, and I don't mind that at all. So, nevertheless, I've been trying to be cool for 30 years, Sophie. It didn't work then, it doesn't work now, so I just stay secure in who I am and joke when I joke and serious when I'm serious. All right, well, Gunther has the choke slapped on, and the ref is calling for the bell. That was a production error. They just showed Jimmy's music on the Tron, but it cut immediately while they were playing Gunther's music, so they might have spoiled a run-in here. But Gunther puts the belt on, and he's posing. Jimmy's still on the mat here. Will he do more? He's looking at Jimmy, but looks like he's just ready to walk away. Or is he? He's hesitating. Nope. Gunther's going back in the ring. He's going back for more. He's putting the choke back on Jimmy again. So keep choking him. Okay, well, now here comes Jay. Here comes Jimmy running full speed. Oh, double leg takedown. He's throwing bombs on Gunther, but Gunther's running out of the ring. Oh, Jay's chasing him out, though. He's not letting him get away. Gunther trying to run out through the crowd now. Is Jay going to give chase? Jay got a little scratch on his face from that conflict. Jay walking around ringside. Are they chanting wanker at Gunther? All right, Jay back into 10 to Jimmy. Hanging there with him. And they're fading to commercial again already. Goodness. All right, let's see what we got. Do I think Rikishi could get involved in this? I really hope not. I don't think we need Rikishi involved in this at all. I think they just need to let Jay have his moment. You know what I mean? I don't need any of that. So, yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I felt like, I mean, it was pretty clear, that Gunther was gonna, take out Jimmy, but I thought there would be more to it than that. But it was kind of just a standard post-match beatdown. I mean, I wasn't expecting like weapons or anything like that, but he would either give him like enough power bombs or choke him out long enough to like you could put a neck brace on him or have the fake EMTs come out to like check on him and stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, I was a little underwhelmed with the severity of Gunther's attack there. But I guess at the same time, Gunther, if he's going to be the ring general, the mat is sacred and all that stuff, he's not exactly the kind of person who will go to those kind of violent lengths. So we'll see what happens. Sophie Dovey with a question. If Jay wins the championship, how long do you think he'll hold on to it before he loses? I do think Jay's going to win the championship at Mania. I don't think he'll have a particularly long reign with it. I don't think he'll hold it longer than SummerSlam. I think losing it at SummerSlam is probably the longest he'll have it. That's just my guess. Because this is definitely like an old school case of, the babyface doing the chase. Like they always say like the money's in the chase, right? And I think this has definitely been a story about Jay's chase. I don't know exactly how much story thread there is to pull of Jay being champion. And I say I don't know. Like I can't think of it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I have a harder time picturing compelling stories with Jay being champion rather than Jay being the chaser. So I think Jay gets his moment and he keeps it for a little while. They don't Zack Ryder him, make him lose the belt the next night or anything like that. And he probably gets a couple of solid defenses in somewhere, maybe against like Finn Balor or maybe even Dom Mysterio or somebody like that. But I don't know. I don't know that he holds on to it for too long, and that's okay because I don't think even Jay's fans are clamoring for him to be like a Gunther level champion of holding the belt for this super long time, like Cody or like Roman or whatever. I think they just want to see him win. Who is? Oh, Gunther came back. Oh, that dastardly Gunther. He came back through the crowd as Jimmy and Jay were making their way back down the aisle and attacked both of them just through Jay into the steps. Now that is a good that's a good subversion right there. I thought we were done. I totally thought we were done. Sorry, I sit here quietly because I'm trying to make sense of the British chants. Oh my gosh! Gunther just took an official and powerbombed them on the steps for interfering. Jason Jordan's there. Protect your neck, Jason. Daddy Kurt's not here for you. Slams Jey Uso's face into the ring post. What has he got there? Zip ties? No. Are we going to get the beatdown? We are going to get the beatdown, aren't we? He's zip tying Jay's wrist. Is he gonna tie Jay to the ring and make him watch? Oh gosh. He's got the putting his thumbs in his eyes. See, like that's violent, right? That's violent without weapons. I respect that. Now he's still working on the zip ties. Oh my gosh. He's gonna do that, isn't he? Oh gosh. Jay is defenseless. Jay is tied against the ropes, and now Gunther's just taunting him, and he's walking over to Jimmy. Oh, he's walking over to Jimmy. We're getting the beatdown, guys. We're getting the beatdown. This is not a drill. Slams Jimmy into the barricade. What's he going to do? Jay still trying to both pull off the zip ties and reach to him. Kicks Jay just so he can get his belt back. Okay, so he just threw Jimmy into the barricade, and he's gone back into the ring by himself with the belt. Jay's selling this, though. He's trying to get at Gunther being tied to the rope as best he can. And Gunther just taunting him. I tell you what, man, I hope that zip tie is reinforced because Jay's legit trying to do this. He's taunting Jay, and Jay's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat your ass." he's getting fired up. Oh no, Jimmy's back up again. Oh, Jimmy takes a belt shot on the apron, falls out of the ring. Jimmy's still trying to help. And he keeps putting himself in harm's way. He's just playing keep away with the belt. He's just taunting Gunther like it's enough to get Jay fired up, but like unless it's Jimmy's bleeding. Jimmy's bleeding. That belt shot drew blood. Okay. We got color, ladies and gentlemen. We got color. Oh, gosh. Gunther's taunting Jay with Jimmy's bloodied face. He's going to go for another power bomb. Power bombs him down. Jay's a bloody mess. The Crimson Mask. And he just keeps, oh, man, he's just punching Jimmy in his bloody face right in front of Jay. Jay is just fuming, but he can't get free. Oh, wow. Oh. Wow. Gunther just wiped Jimmy's blood all over his chest. Now, he didn't drink Jimmy's blood, but he did just lick his finger a little bit and spit. But he's put Jimmy within arm's reach, and Jay's trying to get to him. And now, oh. Wow. The staging here is really good. Like Gunther has put Jimmy just far away enough from Jay to be choking him out right in his face. Yeah, I agree, Justin. We need good old JR calling this moment. Man. We've still got, Gunther has just got Jimmy's blood smeared all over him. This is wild. It's quite a visual here right now. Jay, I'm going to need a promo from Jay. Because, Jamie Noble, what's up, dude? Jay was fighting for his life to try to get to his brother. But Jay really, I don't know, it seemed like he ran out of steam during part of that segment. Like, if it's me, like, I'm screaming, hollering, like, throwing out all kinds of threats. But, yeah. Fans are clapping. I guess they're getting Jimmy out of the ring now. But, yes, we're talking to the talking to the commentators now, getting us to the next segment. But let's see. Justin Allen Crane, believe wrestling is life and believe wrestling is death, but also believe wrestling is life. Amen to that, my friend. Sophie Duffy, what are the chances that Jay might lose? I think they're slim and none. I think it is, and I can't wait to get on Twitter after that match too, to see the meltdown of people who are so convinced that Jay doesn't deserve to win this match. It's going to be epic. But yeah, I think Jay's got it. I think it's predictable, but I also think predictable is good in this case. Like, they have built it since the Royal Rumble. They've been building it with all of his shortcomings against Gunther, and like one of the best ways you can have Gunther lose is to have him lose to someone who he thinks he's better than considerably, and getting one over on him. So. Yeah, I'm calling. I think Jay's got a really good shot. So, Oh, gosh. We're revisiting SmackDown and the promo segment from Roman, Seth, and CM Punk. Right now, with the way the card is at the moment, what would you guys say is your most anticipated match for WrestleMania? What we know we're going to have 2 women's world title matches, even if we don't know all the details yet. We know we've got Cody and John Cena. We know we've got this triple threat here that's being rehashed right now between Roman, Punk, and Seth. What else do we have? I mean, nothing else is really in stone yet. We may have AJ Styles and Logan Paul. They're supposed to have a segment tonight. We'll see what happens. Sophie, you're looking forward to this triple threat the most. I think it's very compelling. That favor still lingering out in the ether, is compelling. Curious to see where we go with that. Also, I was getting kind of tired of Seth, but I feel a little refreshed with how they're framing Seth. That Seth can't even enjoy main eventing WrestleMania because Punk is too, and like that eating away at him is kind of fun to watch. So they say they're closing the show. I'm 99% sure they mean night 1. But yeah, this is, and I think too, you know what, Sophie, I think you're right. You say this triple threat is going to lead to 2 one-on-one matches down the line. Go ahead and get the triple threat out of the way now and start splitting these guys up and doing programs from there. That was a really wholesome moment too, by the way, to see Punk get emotional. Oh yeah, I forgot Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. That's not my most. I'm sure that match will be fine. It's just not my most anticipated at all. But seeing Punk get actually kind of emotional, I really enjoyed that because for as jaded as he's been for a lot of his career, or at least his character, seeing him actually having genuine emotion over something we all know is something he really wanted. It's just cool to see. It's a very human moment for him. And I like to think he has not really been afforded a ton of human moments in his career because he tends to get criticized pretty easily because he's an abrasive personality. So, that press scrum in AEW was very much a human moment for him where he was just venting his heart out. And that was met with a lot of polarized reaction. But yeah, they're still asking. Even Michael Cole's asking what the favor is. Okay, Michael Cole has confirmed it is the main event of WrestleMania Saturday. So that has been openly acknowledged for the main event of Saturday is Punk, Roman, and Seth. So that will close the show on Saturday. Oh, Travis Scott has got the official theme. That's not a big surprise, given his affiliations with WWE since the beginning of the year. But yeah, no Rock, no Travis Scott after all that beatdown of Cody. That's just so funny. That's crazy. All right, well, we're about halfway of the show. We don't know what the opening matches are going to be. I feel like the title matches will be. I feel like the Royal Rumble title matches are going to open the shows. It's just my guess, but I don't know. Let's see. Dossie says Charlotte and Tiffany also. That's right. My most anticipated are 2 main events, Triple Threat and Cody Cena. I think, yeah, Dossie, I agree, especially after today, after Friday and today, they have spooled a lot more storyline thread on both of those matches now that have sort of reinvigorated. Those are 2 matches that we have rightfully criticized how tepid some of the anticipation has been because of how long they've been telling the stories. But right now they're really kicking into high gear as we revisit scenes from last week when Braun Breaker was taking on Penta and interrupted and interfered by the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day still together, both taking on, excuse me, everybody, taking on Penta and Braun Breaker. But Penta offered the chance to join the Judgment Day, declines, not so politely, with a Van Daminator of sorts. So, Judgment Day is the faction that will never end, as we see them backstage.
What are you still doing here? Go outside. Carly, go outside. Go.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, I'm growing a little fatigued with the Judgment Day, to be honest, which is a shame because Dom is one of the best talents they have for getting reactions out of the crowd. But clearly, there's still some unspoken dissension. But we get a tag match now with Finn and Dom against Braun Breaker and Penta. So tell me who you guys have for this match. I'm definitely going with Braun and Penta in this match. That's a team I never thought I wanted to see. That would be a lot of fun. So Penta making his fiery entrance again. Yeah. Strutting his way down the aisle. Man, so happy for Penta that he, has gotten a good, just a good deal here in WWE. And then and then Friday, we get the debut of Rey Fenix on SmackDown. So, going to be quite interesting here to see how much longer Penta and Phoenix, stay separated as they're going to be on different shows. So curious to see where we go from there. The Judgment Day. So in that segment, basically, Finn claiming there's no more problems in the Judgment Day, and then kind of snidely tells Raquel, oh, sorry, you didn't win the Intercontinental title, but I'm still going to. And Liv and Raquel seem to be more focused on Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. So I don't know if we're going to be looking at a tag title match there at Mania or coming down the line. But if that means that Lyra doesn't defend the Intercontinental title at Mania, I don't love that. And that's the thing is that, like, I feel like they have so many, they have enough talents to there not be any crossover or cross-pollination of titles that would render one of those titles indefensible. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like there's enough talent on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, wherever, that Lyra could still have a singles feud going into Mania. Raquel and Liv could still have a tag title feud going into Mania, against Bayley and maybe somebody else. And it wouldn't keep those, it wouldn't keep any of those titles from being defended. I hope Chelsea Green gets a title defense at Mania. I would argue, out of all of our current title holders right now, Cody included, I think she is doing the most for her title more than anybody else on any roster in WWE right now, including NXT. Maybe Stephanie Vaquer being the double champion in NXT. You could make an argument she might be doing more for those belts right now with the performance she put in on Tuesday. But Chelsea Green, man, is is one of the MVPs of WWE right now, and so I just feel like they're pushing her gimmick well. She's getting featured every time she's on a show, and getting featured on multiple shows too. She comes down to NXT pretty frequently as well, and so there's no reason. And she knocks it out of the park every single time too. She doesn't drop the ball with anything they give her. So I think she most definitely deserves to defend her title at WrestleMania. With what she's doing on SmackDown, it seems like they're headed towards Zelina Vega challenging her. I don't know if Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green is a WrestleMania worthy match. I kind of wish they would give her, and that's no disrespect to Zelina. They just haven't been building her as enough of a threat, I don't think. So if they could put in an actual threat for Chelsea and you could have a real solid promotable match there. So anyway, Sophie, they've got 3 weeks. I mean, they've got 3 weeks, and not counting NXT, they have 5.5 hours of television per week. I think they can book 2 title matches in that time. So that's like 15 hours, 16 and a half hours or so. I'm not very good at Steiner math, sorry. But that's like 16 and a half hours worth of television time that they could build a worthy challenge for both of those titles. Like you could even have something as simple as a mini tournament of 2 women are going to fight this week, and then or 4 women are going to fight this week, and next week those 2 are going to be determined who Lyra Valkyria's challenger is at WrestleMania, and then just have the match, because Lyra, she didn't have a lot of stories right now, but she just is doing title defenses. And then Chelsea, you could do the story, you could do whatever you want, because she's got to. I disagree, Sophie. I don't think 3 weeks is rushed at all. I mean, they've done more with less, especially with mid-card titles. Like they've been telling stories. They've been telling 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've been telling 5 of their WrestleMania match stories since the Royal Rumble. So that's plenty of longish term storytelling. But I just want to see those champions defend those titles. And I'm going to go ahead and guess that they're doing a multi-man tag match for the SmackDown titles at WrestleMania. They've been foreshadowing that for months as well, because all of those teams have been beefing with each other at one time or another for months now, even before the Royal Rumble. So I don't mind a little rush build. I wouldn't even call it a rush build, but giving them 3 weeks or so just to determine who a challenger is, so we know that those titles are going to be defended, I think is totally worth it. Because you ain't telling me Braun Breaker's not defending or not going to be at WrestleMania, having some sort of spear-based WrestleMania moment. I just want to see the same for the ladies, especially for Chelsea, because her and the Secret Harvest, man, like some of the most entertaining stuff that's on TV right now. So interesting. The graphic for Backlash is showing John Cena and Randy Orton. But anyway, I don't know if that means the Street Profits lose at Mania. I think they're just going to be a part of it. You've got them. You've got Motor City Machine Guns. You've got Pretty Deadly. You've got DIY. You've even got the Garzas, Los Garzas. I mean, you could throw all of them in a ladder match. I think that would be – I don't want to just throw those men into a ladder match. I know that's asking a lot of them, but still, I think that would be a ton of fun. So Stand and Deliver. Good point here, Sophie. Yeah, there's rumors that the NXT talent aren't super jazzed about Stand and Deliver because it's going to be airing earlier in the day. With it being in Vegas, it's going to be at like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. or something like that. And so I'm sure the talent feels some kind of way about it. But with Mania being that night, I mean, you just kind of got to do what you got to do. But Marked by Wrestling will be live for Stand and Deliver on Saturday, the 19th. So feel free to join me there as we go through the Stand and Deliver card. NXT has been, I would argue, the most consistently on fire show WWE has had. And so we should be getting a good idea tomorrow what some of our matches are going to be for Stand and Deliver. So Penta tags in Braun Breaker, who already drops a shoulder block into Dom Mysterio, and then a cold stare down of Finn Balor, who's on the apron. Yeah, Andrade is not getting a lot of TV time unless you're an international Netflix user. I think he had a. Okay, Braun Breaker channeling Daddy there with that sort of modified power slam off the ropes. Rick Steiner used to do that all the time. It was brilliant. Yeah, Andrade, man, not getting a lot of TV time. I did see he did some sort of backstage promo with, I think, Phantasma, Legado to Phantasma, but yeah, not a lot happening there. And then we are, we're doing that. So, Dossie Chatham, speaking to my nostalgic heart, looking like so many multi-man matches. Teddy Long must be booking this WrestleMania. Dugging and bugging, baby. Holla, holla. Actually, you know what? I saw, man, what a great dive outside by Penta. He had so much air on that. That was dope. Way to go, Penta. And standing up on his feet already, catching his breath as we're going back to commercial break. So, Dossie, about Teddy Long. I was on Twitter the other day and somebody had reposted. Do you guys remember Rodney Mack? And Teddy Long being his, his manager. And he would come in and do the 5-minute white boy challenge. If Teddy Long is indeed booking this WrestleMania, I'd love to see a 5-minute white boy challenge from somebody and see what happens. Now, ironically, the clip I saw was when he did that challenge and Goldberg came out and pretty much murdered him. But, still, that gimmick always made me laugh. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Good reference, Dossie. Marked by Wrestling always enjoys a good, joyful reference to the past. If you can't even tell from the set, we love to find joy in the things that made us wrestling fans and the things that we love and enjoy here, as opposed to just, kind of relentlessly critiquing and being jaded about the things that we think could be better. It's fine to talk about the things that we can be better, but we want to come back to a baseline of enjoying wrestling because that's why we have it, So, yeah, find your joy, and that's what it is to be marked by wrestling. Find your joy in wrestling and what you love in it. So Stand and Deliver. So I'm going to be doing Stand and Deliver. It doesn't start. I mean, it does start in the morning. It's going to be like a bit of a brunch, if you will. It'll be a brunch and deliver. But yes, so I'm just going to confirm the time because out here on the West Coast, I can't remember if it's 9 or 10 at my time when it starts. So just Googling that real quick as we're still on commercial break. Yeah, so 1 p.m. Eastern time, which would be 10 a.m. So I'm definitely doing Stand and Deliver. I don't know that I'll be doing WrestleMania, but because I think A and B are going to be doing WrestleMania since they're going to be in town instead of being at the show. But I'm definitely doing Stand and Deliver on Saturday morning. And the match card itself starts at 10 a.m. I think there's a pre-show at 9:30 or so. So, but yeah, that seems to be the case right now. Is that it's starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, which would make it 10 a.m. Pacific. So, join us for WrestleMania Saturday morning Stand and Deliver. You know what? Speaking of like nostalgia and joy, man, watching wrestling on a Saturday morning was one of my favorite things to do as a kid. So we'll have a lot of fun. It'll be good. So, we're coming back. Yeah, coming back to the match now in progress with Braun and Penta versus the Judgment Day. I mean, this has the makings of a Four Corners Intercontinental title match, to be honest. I mean, they're chanting. They're doing the Cody Rhodes chant in the crowd right now, but I can't tell if they're saying Cody Rhodes. The melody. I wonder how wild would it be if that Cody Rhodes chant somehow makes it to America? Well, I guess we'll find out at WrestleMania because I mean that's a good litmus test there because you'll probably have a lot of international fans at WrestleMania anyway, so they'll probably try to bring that in. I would think. We'll see. But Dom trying to do the three amigos here. But the third amigo does not show up as Penta reverses, but then gets thrown into the corner. Another reversal and a reverse monkey flip there. Or is it more of a not code breaker, backstabber. Sorry. But Dom just bumped for it so hard I thought it was a monkey flip. Penta selling. Boy, he's really turned up the selling since he came from WWE. And he tags into Braun Breaker, who's ready to fight. Meets Finn in the middle of the ring. And here comes Don. Dom takes a shot too. Belly to belly. Overhead. Finn takes it. And one for Dom too. I got to tell you guys, I don't mean to be negative, but I'm so disinterested in the drama of Judgment Day not actually going anywhere that, wow. Dom and Finn tried for a double suplex on Breaker, and Breaker reversed it and deadlifted them both in the air for a double suplex of his own, and then kipped up just for good measure. Finn reverses a fireman's carry. Uh-oh. Braun's running the ropes. Steiner line, baby. He's just looking for someone else to hit. He's like, where's Dom? All right. Tags in Penta. Are they going to go for a double team move? Stop it. Braun's got Finn on his shoulders. Old school Steiner brothers. Oh, that was so cool. And only a 2 count. The Steiners used to do this top rope bulldog, doomsday device style. And they set up for that. But Penta came off the top with a reverse sling blade off the top. So, I don't know. It was pretty cool. It was a nice little homage and, hybrid move from both of their backgrounds. Pretty cool. Penta coming up to the second rope, but Dom is here to distract. And now Carlito getting involved. Braun Breaker neutralizing Carlito. Is all of this enough? Cero. Miedo. Here it comes. Oh, going for the Mexican Destroyer, but Dom grabs his leg on the way down. Uh-oh, they're holding Penta, but he's gearing up for the spear. Oh, no. Miscommunication. Penta takes Braun Breaker's spear. He gets thrown out of the ring by Finn. Dom has neutralized Braun out of the ring, and Finn's coming off the top with the coup de grace. This could be elementary here. Coup de grace. 1, 2. That's it. There we go. Your winners are the Judgment Day. Finn Balor with his unrecognizable Def Rebel music gets the win. But, man, that was a nice finish. It's a nice finish there with the Justin. First time Penta's been pinned in any kind of match. He still hasn't had a singles loss yet, but it's the first time we've seen him get pinned, and it was as a result of taking a spear from Braun Breaker. So talk about being protected. Oh, here comes Chad Gable. Great American. Oh, Chad's still feeling under the weather, guys. He's got another doctor's note. God bless him. They're going to be in Gable's hometown next week. But now his doctor's note has worked against him, and he's not booked for the show, but El Grande Americano is. Oh, Chad's run into Alpha Academy. Still talking trash.
Actually, not just about Tozawa. I also wanted to discuss my career. Well, I've been talking to Natalia recently, and we have some ideas.
Huh. Okay, well, they're doing something here. Maxine seems to be alluding that her and Natalia may be gunning for the women's tag titles. And regardless of how you feel about Maxine and Natalia, at least they're doing something with them. So we'll see what happens coming out here. So, man, yes, Gable is fantastic. Three Diglets coming out of the shadows to drop some truth on all of us. El Grande Americano is the best luchador of all time. Ray who? And I think I speak for all nostalgic luchador and Bret Hart fans when I say, who are you to doubt El Grande? All right. Rhea and Io getting ready for their match, as is Bianca and her refereeing duties. I think we're going to be getting that next, and that may be closing out the show. They're going to give them a lot of time. Oh, we still haven't seen Logan Paul yet, though. There's probably going to get that before the match, but yes. Man, yeah, listen, I love El Grande's work, and by extension, I also love Chad Gable's work. So hopefully there will be something for him to do at Mania as well. I would be a big fan of. So we'll see what's coming because – listen, Mania, even though we do the 5-match PLE all the other times of the year, we talked about this earlier in the night, that Mania could still be a card that runs, pretty well, into the card size, more than 5 matches. I think if we can do seven per show, 7 to 8 maybe, we can end up with a good run time each night and still give everybody time to work in the ring, so we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Thank you, Dawsey, for the kudos. I appreciate that. I work really hard to draw from the recesses of my mind those old kind of references. So yes, indeed. Once again here, guys, we are building blocks. We are just building and scratching and clawing our way up to Super Chat status. And in the meantime, if you're wanting to support the channel while we're trying to finalize that and get our hours and build and apply and all that stuff, you can still donate here at either of these venues, through Venmo or through Cash App, to help us keep going here at the channel and providing good content and all that good stuff. So excited to put forth a new Marked by Wrestling video between now and Mania, where we look at Mania history and try a little thought exercise about future WrestleManias based on what we've seen in the past. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you soon. And as always, we continuing to work with NXT and just, again, having some more videos and more content about what it means to be marked by wrestling, what are moments in wrestling that, bring us joy, that make us fans, and all that kind of stuff. So that's who we are here. So wanting to do that. So, well, of course, we're going to talk about Mania history, Sophie, because it's Mania season. It would be silly of me to do it during SummerSlam season. So that is the plan. So we've got commercial for LFG here. And Rivals, Triple H and The Undertaker episode of WWE Rivals. I got to admit, I have not watched hardly any A&E level content of WWE stuff, but it always looks pretty compelling, but I just can't ever make the time for it. So WWE World coming to the Las Vegas Convention Center with lots of memorabilia and opportunities as we are back on Monday Afternoon Raw. So let's see what we've got coming up next on Monday Afternoon Raw. Braun Breaker backstage with Kathy Kelly. Oh, Penta up here screaming. All right, there's heat between Braun Breaker and Penta, so we're getting there. And AJ Styles already in the ring with his old music. AJ, A and B. I was talking to A yesterday, trying to remember somebody making a big return and actually getting their old music back instead of dumb Def Rebel music. It was AJ Styles. That's who it was. Could not remember for the life of me who it was, but I wish we would get more stars getting their more recognizable music because it does a disservice to them and the fans. Sophie, I did see the prices for the meet and greets of certain superstars. It is absurd. I mean, you'd have to save an entire year's worth of wages just to have a WrestleMania weekend, which is absurd. I appreciate AJ's like, I'm tired of waiting to be called out, so just come out here and do it. Logan Paul's theme is terrible too, by the way. This is just so bland. It's ridiculous. And don't give me the well, it works because he's a heel. Like I couldn't pick this theme out of a lineup. It's ridiculous. You know, I mean, I know people want to be pessimistic about this matchup because they just don't like Logan Paul, and you're totally entitled to hate Logan Paul. I get it, but this is going to be a good match. When the bell rings, I'm not going to care who he is as a human being, and then when the bell rings again, we can go back to it. But I don't think we're being fed a disservice at WrestleMania by this matchup. I absolutely think they could tear the building down. Logan's getting that Dom heat though in London. I can't tell what they're chanting at him, but AJ seems entertained by it. Logan getting shut the F up chance on Netflix. Logan just shaking his head at the crowd like, no, I would not. I don't even remember what happened at Madison Square Garden. That's not a good sign.
Y'all know exactly who I am. That's why you're here tonight. I'm Logan Paul. Okay, you know what? I'm feeling bad. I've got a dog or two. So you know what? I'll forgive you too.
Is this going to be a girl dad fight? Like, what's happening here? Oh gosh. They're forgiving each other backhandedly.
I forgive you, Logan Paul, for being the biggest douchebag that ever
Forgiveness for being a D-bag, where, forgiveness is divine.
You know, you brag about your success and your money. These fans don't care about that. They care about what you're willing to sacrifice in this ring for them.
He's just like, it don't matter how much money you have. How many retro gaming systems do you have, dog?
But in this business, talent will only get you so far. So the question is, what are you going to do?
AJ Styles just said talent only gets you so far, but what are you going to do with it? So anybody you see online saying AJ is going to go to AEW, that right there. Not everybody in AEW, but there are some. You know who you are. It's not talent alone.
Check what? What y'all know about checks? Money, congrats. You're broke. You're broke. You're poor. Oh, you know what? That's actually perfect. What you say? Don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash. Is it a threat? Dude, this is Monday Night Raw. We are in London, England. I've got my gear on, and I'm standing right here in the middle of the ring. What do you think? I think you're just saying a bunch of stuff that's true. Here's what I think. I'm done talking. AJ knows it. London, y'all know it. Logan Paul does not fight for free. The fact is, this city cannot afford me. Everyone here is broke. Congratulations. Dude, you're broke. Dude, yeah, you're broke. Congrats. Dude, yeah, you. I bet you spent your entire life saving to get a front row seat for what? Look at you now. Logan Paul's calling you poor.
Actually, that's low-key funny. Logan Paul saying, I bet you spent your entire life savings for a front row seat for Logan Paul to call you poor. It's funny because it might be true. TKO. Okay. Logan's finally pointing at the WrestleMania sign. Oh, tried to cheap shot AJ, but it didn't work. AJ's getting his shots sort of getting his shots. Those are some terrible punches, AJ. Uh-oh. Teasing a Styles clash. Slams Logan into the announce table. Hit him with a prime bottle, AJ. Come on. Well, turn of events as Logan gets a crotch shot on AJ, and the tables have turned. And now Logan's got the upper hand here. So, it's pretty okay with the pulverizer. pulverizer, if you will. But listen, Logan Paul's mid entrance theme notwithstanding, the segment was fine. It got us where we thought we were going to go. Definitely looking like AJ Styles and Logan Paul at WrestleMania. I think that match will deliver, and it'll be great. And Logan will probably do something ridiculous. AJ is never bad in the ring. And so I think it'll be fun, be entertaining, and they'll probably do something special to do their part to try to steal the show. We'll see what happens. We're backstage now with Jackie Redmond and Lara Valkyria. Do not take Lara Valkyria if you're allergic to Lara Valkyria, by the way. I butchered that. Oh, well, who cares? Okay. Next week, Lara Valkyria defends the Intercontinental title against Bayley in a rematch, this time for the title. London is singing to Bayley, who's not even there. All right. Well, guys, what did you think of the AJ Logan segment? Are you interested at all in that match at Mania? Or is it just all right for you? Or do you have a personal fast against Logan Paul and want nothing to do with anything he's doing on screen? Some people feel that way. Wow. Michael Cole singing Staying Alive on commentary is kind of weird. They are replaying the beatdown on Jimmy Uso right now as things are coming along. So we'll have to wait for that to come through. And I know coming up soon, we're going to have the Women's World Title match. So what do you guys think? Special guest referee Bianca Belair, champion Io Sky versus challenger Rhea Ripley. Who do you think wins? How do you think the match ends? I know a lot of us are carrying a lot of assumptions that it will end up in a triple threat. But my question is, how do you see us getting there? Dossie Chatham, that's probably what I got to do next year. Spend my entire life savings on tickets for WrestleMania in New Orleans. How many eggs will I have to trade for WrestleMania tickets? I know at least 2 with the price of eggs right now. No, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, I am saddened by that. Like, any organization, like, it was that way. So, I used to live near Atlanta, and when the Falcons were the football team there, it was difficult to get tickets there at the time until one of the owners took over and they started lowering the cost of a lot of things there just to fill up the stadium. And man, I am just disappointed in wrestling capitalizing to the degree they are on popularity of raising the prices, because that also, for things like wrestling and like live sports, like, I really wish tickets were affordable because you could really get everyday fans in there and not just wealthy fans. And because then you can get the voice of the everyday fan in the building and really probably get a better idea as to what's over and what's not, as our special referee, Bianca Belair, has made her way out to the ring in her custom referee fit. She looks ready to work and also ready to ref. She's here. London seems into Bianca. Now, she's got a mic pack on, though. I wonder if she's. I am curious if she's, as we're going to commercial, if she's got some kind of a mic on, or if that's like the earpiece, and they legit have an earpiece for her to actually ref the match, which would be wild. Yeah, Dulcie, I think we're going to end up in a triple threat as well, but I'm legit interested in seeing how the match gets us there. I just don't know how that's going to be. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, back to things. I do miss tickets being affordable because, it came right at a time where, my family, like my kids and stuff, were kind of getting into me getting back into wrestling and stuff like that. And they'll watch things with me, but like, dude, it's just so hard to get. One, it's hard enough to get tickets in the first place when they actually go on sale. And then you have to deal with like a reseller or something. But even like face value tickets are just so much more expensive than they used to be. And I know part of that is just the economic times of things, but like TKO, man, like they are. I don't love their business model for pricing people out basically in these things, and all these add-ons that are just egregiously expensive too. Like it really could cost somebody their life savings to have like a legit good time. Not a legit good time, but a legit extensively booked Mania weekend. Like, could you imagine if you were somehow able to attend all the stuff, stand in, Hall of Fame, let's say SmackDown, Hall of Fame, stand and deliver, Mania Night 1, Mania Night 2, any of those after parties, any of the meet and greets, and then Raw the night after Mania? Like, that is just, I can't imagine how many zeros are behind the figure that it would take to afford all of that. And that's not even factoring in accommodations like flights or hotels or, travel fare, Ubers and travel and all that stuff. So I'm just going to keep enjoying watching in the manner that I am. And super glad to have you guys with me along for the ride as we're watching and reacting to this stuff as it's happening. But man, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how people do that. And I mean, I'm sure there are some people who can afford it, and it's important for them. But beyond that though, I just don't. I'm just thinking about when I was a kid, right? If I could have gone to WrestleMania as a kid, and even like they used to have access or whatever they called it back then, like if every little thing you did back then, like was nickel and diming you, like I can't imagine how my parents could have done that. And so it's just, yeah, I'm digressing quite a bit here because we're in a commercial break, but still, like, I just wish, if they were as pro fan as they want to be, as they say they want to be in their branding and all that stuff, that they would do something about it. That's all. More on that some other time as the Judgment Day celebrates backstage. All right. Finn is angling for an IC title match at Mania. Liv doesn't like the sound of that. Oh. Liv is twisting the knife here. Yeah, Liv definitely angling for Dom to get the title shot at Mania instead. As soon as I think I'm out of the Judgment Day, they pull me back in. All right, A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Shenanigans are afoot for this championship match. Hashtag Naomi didn't act alone. There must have been an accomplice. Accomplice was one of my favorite words back in the day because of murder mystery TV shows and movies and stuff. There was always an accomplice. As Mommy enters the arena, thank you, A&B Combos, for that super chat. Super excited to have you with us and participating. Thank you again. So Rhea Ripley is here. Looking great, looking ready to fight. Sophie Dovey says, I am not on Team A about Naomi acting alone. Man, you know what? I got to say, I am really enjoying Naomi's turn, though. And you know it's bad. Not literally bad, but figuratively speaking. You know it's bad when someone's heel turn is so good that you kind of want to see the person who was victimized get beat up more. I'm like, go ahead, jump Jade again, Naomi. See your thing. Do what you're doing. I don't know where Bianca still lands in this. I mean, I think there is definitely a thread. There is a pathway for her to still be involved in that and still be some kind of a mastermind to a degree, or at least a participant, a willing participant in what's going on. But I feel like Bianca is still like title first right now. She wants that more. Now, here's something that could be, it can't work. I don't think that can work. Never mind. I was about to say, maybe instead of being a tag team, what if, we find out Bianca was heel, she wins the world title, and then Naomi wins, mid-card title. She wins like the women's U.S. title or the women's intercontinental title somehow. And they're both singles champions and like a 2-woman power trip, I feel like that's jumping too far ahead. I can't logically get Naomi into a title picture right now. Although, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it at all. All right, here comes the champion, Io Sky. Maybe one of the very few Def Rebel theme songs I actually like. As she enters down the aisle, London not really showing the love for Io Sky. She did not really get much there, which is disappointing. She deserves it. She deserves far better than what London just gave her for her entrance. So I'm a little chaffed about that, to be honest. All right. Let's see. Dossie, I'd actually love if Dominic walked out of the IC champion. The heat with that would be fun. I'm 100% on your side there, Dossie. Dominic is a level of heel we have not gotten in a really long time. Again, going back to, my old days reminded me of the Honky Tonk Man, like somebody who really had no business winning any match he was in. And yet he was champion and got to be champion for a long time, just cheated his way right into it and lucked out the rest of the way until he was ultimately obliterated. And so I think it could be so effective to have him steal the title from Braun Breaker and Finn Balor and probably Penta too. That would be a WrestleMania moment for sure. All right. Look at this. We've got a woman announcer, 2 women in the ring, and a female referee. All the ladies are main eventing Raw tonight. Big pop for Rhea Ripley's announcement. Io Sky is mouthing Alicia Sky's intro. Alicia Taylor's intro. Okay. She got a polite pop for her announcement. They weren't booing her. Okay, big EO chance now. They just didn't really pop for her when her theme hit. And she's got a recognizable theme. Oh, they're doing the Cody song for EO. EO Sky. Okay. Awesome. I know it's not the Cody song. That's just the only way I know how to communicate it. I don't know what the song actually is. Sorry, dumb American over here. Anyway, well, here we are. We're underway, guys. Bianca is in the corner just viewing things from afar while EO and Rhea go at it. These ladies have had a great storyline going through. And London's awake for this match, too. All right. Bianca separates the two. Wade Barrett on commentary already kind of sowing seeds of heeldom for Bianca, saying she's showing unfair attention in the, against Rhea Ripley in this match already. Okay, so Bianca is calling the match down the middle, but she's not afraid to get physical with either one of them when they're not breaking the 5 count. So I think they're both slowly getting a little agitated with her. We'll see what happens. Gotcha, A and B. Well, glad you're still with us while you can be, and hopefully the next 15 minutes or so we'll have a resolution here. Pinning reversals back and forth. Just 1 counts all around. Crowd applauds the exchange. Handsprings by EO. Right into a drop kick off the ropes. Clothesline by Rhea. Crowd very respectful of this match. They're very into it. They're not, they're not molten hot, but they're popping for every spot and every sequence. So they're definitely in there. So we've got it right here now watching EO Sky versus Rhea Ripley with Bianca Belair, special referee. If you haven't dropped your predictions for this match, let's do it there. I think we all, or at least many of us, have an inkling that whatever happens will probably point us in the direction of a triple threat for Mania, which I don't have any complaints about. But my question is, how will this happen? I'm just going to have fun and try to fantasy book something real quick while we're on commercial break. I have a feeling that both EO and Rhea may actually at different times take turns throwing hands on Bianca, and she may end up doing a double disqualification. That's just my guess. So we'll see what happens. Well, Fettuccine asking, is Heyman going to join Seth at Mania? That's that would be a big shock going along with his history with Roman and his history with Punk. So that would definitely be the least suspected move from Heyman, but I don't think so. I don't think that's what it's going to be. I feel like we are going to learn what the favor is either at Mania in the match or as a result of the match somehow, or it will be on the first episode of TV after Mania, whether Punk shows up on Raw or they save it for SmackDown that week. I feel like the favor could come into play with the match, but the thing that's gotten my noodle cooking, so to speak, about Punk and his favor is that, he had that moment on Friday where they revealed that they were going to be in a main event match at WrestleMania. And, obviously what that means for Punk, it means so much to him. And we know that for real, not even as a part of kayfabe, right? And so him getting that and it being revealed that it's still not the favor, whatever the favor is, tells me that it has to be more important than the favor. I mean, more important than main eventing WrestleMania. Sorry, I misspoke. The only thing I can fathom that is more important to CM Punk than main eventing WrestleMania is being champion again. And don't ask me any follow-up questions. I don't even know how that works. Like, does it mean that if he wins the match, he's going to be the number one contender for the title? Does it guarantee him a title match? Maybe. Would winning in the main event of night one, Daniel Bryan himself, and put him in the main event of night two and make that a triple threat match? I feel like that's doing too much. Because especially after today, I think Cody and Cena just needs to be Cody and Cena. Sure, Rock can be around somewhere for that, but I don't think Punk or anyone else interjects themselves in that scenario. But yeah, I feel like this favor has something to do with the title, because if it's not that, who's getting the Ulafala after this Roman feud with Seth and Punk? I mean, yeah, I mean, I wonder if the Ulafala will continue to be a totem of contention for Roman after this, because he's already won it back from Solo in January and was crowned by The Rock as tribal chief. So I don't know. I feel like 2024 was the year of non-title belt related totems between the bracelet and the Ulafala. So I don't know. I don't know where we're going after that, if that's even going to be something they're going to discuss. But Io Sky with a great drop kick off the top, getting big respect and cheers from the crowd. Oh, man, a crossbody suicide dive right out of the ropes takes Rhea out. Io mostly in control during this match. Breaking the count, going back outside to do some more damage. It warms my heart to see how much Europe has been behind Io Sky. Three Diglett says, if Rhea wins the title back tonight, I'm gonna be tight. Yeah, are we gonna need to do a wellness check on you, Diglets, if it goes that way? Listen, I'm not a fan of Io suddenly being cut out of this scenario by losing the title tonight. So that's why I can't have Rhea win clean. All right, ladies back in the ring, working. Feels like the crowd, I wouldn't say the crowd's tired, but they're just kind of you're gonna record it just for Alex. The botch. You're gonna record the botch, Diglets, for Alex. Oh gosh. All right, ladies, trading blows. And it's definitely it's like a Bouye situation with Io. They're behind Io in this match. Whew. Misses the kick. Io with a roll up and a stomp. Yeah, this crowd is super supportive of everything that Io's doing tonight, which I'm happy to see. Even if they're not exploding with everything, like she's getting applause. Oh, going up for the moonsault, but gets hit by Rhea, who's now got her on her shoulders on the second rope. Electric chair drop off the second rope. Or, Io trying to poison Rana herself off. Doesn't work. She has to sit back up. But now, fireman's carry. Oh, man. Samoan drop off the second rope, and Rhea goes flying off of her once they hit the ground, hit the mat. 2 count by Io. Bianca has not been much of a factor in this match yet, other than the very beginning where she was kind of doing rope breaks for everybody. But this is Awesome Chance from London, who are here for this match in our main event tonight. Thank you guys all again just for joining me today for this Raw stream. Really appreciate it. If you guys are available tomorrow, I'll be right back here for NXT, and we'll watch NXT, one of the best wrestling shows on television right now. Meteora in the corner from Io, who's bounced herself back up to the top. Is she going to go for the... Nope. No moonsault for you this time. Io hangs Rhea on the top rope, right on the stun gun on the top. She's climbing back up again. We can get a drop kick. What are we going to get? Oh, fly. Oh, what a reversal. 2 count, 2.9. Io going for a flying, a high cross body off the top, and Rhea countered it with a headbutt, which is just a sick look there, a sick reversal. Highly entertaining. So there's dueling Rhea Ripley, Io Sky chants now. Fans just enjoying good wrestling. Can't blame them. Looks like she's setting up for a riptide. Could this be it? Reversal into is a DDT, or she's got a guillotine choke. But nope, reversing the choke. Suplex into shoulders. Now she's flipped her over into a razor's edge. Shout out to Damian Priest and Scott Hall. Oh, man. Razor's edge right into a kick in the face. 2.9, and Rhea cannot believe it. And she's now looking at Bianca, and Bianca's like, no, dog, 2, just 2, just 2. Man. Was the crowd chanting "speed it up"? Bianca like speed up the count? I don't know. I'm having a hard time understanding them tonight. Justin, I don't think she's going to use her hair in this match, at least not. And I don't think so. I feel like she does that sparingly. Reversal. Io almost snuck away with a pin there. All right. Io going for another roll up, but she's caught. Rhea now. Oh, standing switch. Reversal. Another reversal. Another reversal. Io back elbow. She backs into Bianca. Oh, there it is. Rhea with a big boot. Io gets out of the way, and Bianca eats a boot to the face. The two ladies are still wrestling, but it hasn't registered with them that Bianca's not here. Oh, no. Rhea gets the riptide, and she's folded up Io, but there is no Bianca because she kicked her in the face and right out of the ring. Rhea, you did this to yourself, girl. Here it is. It's the realization that Bianca is outside of the ring. Listen, y'all, I know she's over, but Rhea's acting like a heel. Rhea knows it was her fault that she hit Bianca. She coming in for the count now. 2 count, and it's enough time for Io to kick out. Rhea's complaining at Bianca for something that Rhea did. And Rhea clearly has disdain on her face for Bianca not being available for that 3 count when it was her fault in the first place. Jesse Ventura would be losing his mind right now. She keeps poking her finger in Bianca's chest, and she's going to get caught. Now Io back in. Uh-oh, she's going to try to break them up with a 5 count. And now drags them away. A little aggressive. Oh, Rhea just threw hands at Bianca. That's a DQ, girl. That's a DQ. Is Bianca going to DQ Rhea for that? Rhea just realized what she did. And now, oh, out of the way, and now Bianca takes a drop kick from Io errantly. Here we go. Bianca is just taking shots. It's like watching the Three Stooges. I mean that as a compliment, just the comedy here. Oh, that's it. Bianca calls for the DQ to boost from the crowd, but listen, she's doing her job. Double DQ. Your boy saw it. Io still champion. I got to say, if I'm Bianca, I still would have DQ'd Rhea anyways, because Rhea full on just smacked Bianca. And now the match is over, and now she's going to go throw hands. They're looking up. Oh, moonsault out of the ring onto both ladies by Io. She's throwing Rhea back in the ring. She still wants to fight Rhea. Here comes Bianca following. Bianca with a forearm shot to Io. Now she's throwing hands on Io. Now here comes Rhea. Oh, with a headbutt. Going for a riptide on Bianca and nails it. Now a riptide for Io coming from Rhea. And another one. Rhea standing tall, but with no championship and currently no WrestleMania match. You know what's wild to me is that Bianca didn't do anything wrong in that match. She was assaulted multiple times. Crowd's chanting one more time for Rhea. She going to come back for it? She's stepping back into the ring. She's going for Bianca again, trying to pull her up by her braid. She's coming up. Oh, is she going to try to give her like an avalanche riptide? Avalanche riptide from Rhea on Bianca. Boom. Just drops her. Okay, well, Rhea has definitely vented her anger out here in the ring. And we have, a double DQ here as a result of both competitors taking shots at Bianca. One on purpose and one by accident. Rhea still posing in the ring. She's grabbed the belt. And she's posing with it, but she ain't going anywhere. So this feud has not yet been solidified as a triple threat match, but Rhea still obviously heavily invested in the title picture. She's holding it like Ciampa did. So, guys, what do you think? What do you think of that triple threat match? I think we all have an opinion about where we think it's going from there. But I got to admit, I was impressed. Not just the double DQ, but I'm impressed at the fact of how they got to the double DQ. And here we go. Super chat from AMB Combos Wrestling Edition, and still shenanigans. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Rhea Ripley was very Hulk Hogan-ish there to me, in that crying about being unjust, and yet it's really her own fault that she got DQ'd. I find that very interesting. Rhea is currently acting more like a heel than Bianca is. And Io was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So that, gives us our double DQ. But man, something about that. I'm telling you, something about that. Something about the way Rhea's going. 3 Diglets. My brother from another Diglet. I was just going to say Rhea Hogan. Great minds think alike. I'm telling you, dude, it doesn't matter the situation. When you bring this dude into frame, all he's going to do is whine and cry if he doesn't get his way. Throw him over the top rope in the Royal Rumble, say it's every man for himself, big boy. He's like, let me look at my little Hulkamaniacs. Let me look at my Hulkamaniacs. Why doesn't everybody get on my side? I'm telling you, man, it ain't a good look. That's not what baby faces do. So Rhea, who wants to be champion more than anything else, she was the agent of her own undoing tonight. And EO, again, wrong place, wrong time. So, yeah, I will not be surprised at all if inevitably, we get to the triple threat. Although I'm just saying, man, like Rhea doesn't have a lot of an argument to be invited in at this point. She does not have an argument to stand on at the moment. I'm sure they'll come up with one. We still got a couple of weeks, and people could see this matchup long before we got there. But yeah, man, I don't know. So if you're still here in the chat, first of all, thank you for hanging out. Drop your rate in the chat. What'd you think of the show tonight? And here, let me ask you something different. We drop rates here with our coalition at Marked by Wrestling and A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. We always want to rate the show, but I want to ask you something specific as well to be marked by wrestling, and what in the world that you think in regards to this. So when we say here at Marked by Wrestling that being a mark, it means you believe, and believing makes wrestling better. Give me a moment tonight that marked you the most. Something that drew the best reaction out of you, something that is sitting with you now after the show is over with. It can be a match, it can be a spot, it could be a promo, could be anything you want it to be that happened on the show. Let me know what a marked moment was for you tonight. And I'm going to go through some of these ratings. I'll come back and give you mine as well. All right, we're going to start from what we got. Justin Howland Crane in the house, 10 out of 10. Hell, yeet. You know what? It's more challenging than I thought it was to jump in the voice from Austin. Dang, kid, to Jey Uso. So thank you for the unintended challenge, Justin. 10 out of 10. Tyrell Breed, Black Panther Gaming, gives it a 10 out of 10. Thank you, Tyrell. A&B Combos, best friend of the show, one of our besties here at Marked by Wrestling. Raw was a solid 9, teetering on a 9.5. I got you. So let's get some of these marked moments in here tonight. Three Diglets coming out strong, baby. The Rhea botch. Listen, man, if that's how you find joy in wrestling, I suppose I can't judge you for it. And I know you, and I know that legitimately did probably bring you joy. So I'm not going to call you a hater for that. I'll leave that for somebody else to do. Respect, my friend. All right, A&B Combo says that Gunther beatdown was it, man. Absolutely. I wanted to see that so bad tonight. A&B, I know you know that I wanted to see that. I told you that already. And I was afraid we weren't really going to get the full Gunther on that until I saw Jimmy bleeding from the head. And that put it right where it needed to be for me. Tying Jay to the ring and keeping him just this far out of reach while his bloodied brother was being choked the life out of him. That's the kind of stuff that's going to make the video package. That's the kind of stuff that's going to need to flip the switch on the right-hand man. And listen, I know he's busy, okay? Let's just theorize for a second. Thought experiment, everybody. I know he's busy. But if Jimmy is that beat up, we saw last year when Sammy beat Gunther that KO was right there ready to hype him up. And I'm not saying it needs to happen right before Jay goes out to the crowd. Maybe it can be on Raw, leading up to it, or whatever. But if Jay turns the corner backstage one night and sees the tribal chief, And the tribal chief reminds him of what kind of man he was, saying, I didn't let you walk away from this bloodline to be some punk. You better be the man who took that IC title. You better go out there and show him who our family is. And let that be the last piece to put Jay over the top, because Jay's going to come out. He's going to have his yeet entrance, and it's going to be a spectacle because it's WrestleMania. But when that bell rings, we need lockdown. We need Uso Penitentiary. We need the right-hand man who fights like a mean dude and not like an entertainer. Now, I'm not talking about his moveset. I'm not being one of those Twitter keyboard warriors. I'm just saying he needs to find that gear. And I think even just a cameo from Roman could be a little extra tahini on that, if you know what I'm saying. A little Tabasco, little Franks. So anyway, let it be what it is. All right. Justin Hallencrane, the John and Cody promo. I got to tell you, man, I think that was the marked moment for me tonight too. We had multiple ones though. We actually had a really good, solid show. I think I give it a 9. I think I give it a 9 today. That John and Cody promo addressed all of its shortcomings in the previous weeks and made it happen. It was just good stuff. 3 Digless coming in saying, I got a prediction for Jey Uso. He's going to beat Gunther via low blow at Mania. Dang, bro. Going to go full Shinsuke. By full Shinsuke, do you mean heel turn or you just mean cheat to win like Eddie and Chavo back in the day? Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel like Jay's going to get it, but low blow. Come on, man. And I think we've got a response to that. Don't you put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that voodoo on me. By the way, I'm going to put that back up there again. 1, because I love Talladega Nights. 2, if you can find online, someone posted that scene, well, not that scene, but the scene where Will Ferrell had the knife stuck in his leg and they're all trying to pull it out and stuff. And they were like, and the caption was like Wheeler Yuta and John Moxley trying to pull the nails out of his back. It's so wrong, but man, it's a wonderful movie. And it was a perfect moment to describe what happened in that other match in that other company, which, by the way, Cena in that promo said, I made a billionaire in Empire and you went and just took money from his little boy. I'm like, dude, listen, Cena didn't cook Cody because Cody stood on his own 2 feet, but boy, did they turn up the Instant Pot on each other. I mean, Cena was cranking up the Instant Pot and Cody was hitting him with the air fryer. They were both cooking. It was fantastic. And it gets me hyped for that match. So I really want to see what they're going to do with it. Hopefully they can make that happen. One last thing, 3 Digless says multiple low blows to AJ Styles week after week. Yeah. Okay. I got you. All right. A and B combos. Thank you for being with us in the chat tonight. Love to everyone. Thank you for a great stream. Mark by Wrestling. You are welcome. Thank you for being here with me. A and B combos will be live at 6 tonight. I'm assuming giving a recap and a reaction for today's Raw and having that conversation. So make your way into their channel this evening to continue the conversation on our road to WrestleMania. And also I will be here tomorrow afternoon for NXT. We gonna have a good time. We do every Tuesday night, so please don't forget to come join. And one last time as I wrap things up, hope you guys continue to find your joy in wrestling. If you want to support the channel, you can do so right there. Thank you guys for supporting today. I will see you tomorrow. And don't forget to believe, because we want wrestling to be better. So find your joy. Don't let anybody take it from you. Like what you like in wrestling. And let's keep walking to WrestleMania, guys. All right. Appreciate you so much. Justin Hallencrane, I hope you have a great and awesome week as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Diglets, for being here. I appreciate all you guys. If you're in the neighborhood tomorrow, I'll see you for NXT. And if not, I'll try to pop in and say hi for A and B on Raw tonight. And if not, we'll see you on Friday as well for SmackDown. So, all right, guys, till next time, later. Enjoy yourselves.
find your joy in wrestling and stay marked.